Hello and welcome back to Let's Play UnderRail Expedition with me, BringItDon. So off camera, I sat at that pool for a little over an hour trying to catch something. After I spent a long time trying to figure out how to... Crap, we need to exit that way. Right? Yeah. After I spent a long time trying to figure out how to use bait, there isn't a bait mechanic in the game, so whoopsies. I assumed that there was because Mordre had me get bait for him while he was fishing over there next to SGS. So it's not possible. So there's that. So a lot of time was wasted trying to catch whatever is moving in that pool, and I was not successful. So we're moving on. So I was told about a couple of feats for the jet ski, and I'm going to try and prioritize getting those next. One is back at the expedition camp, and the other one is... I can't think. The other one is next to Camp Hathor. There we go. It's so much brighter in here, and the equipment we will be able to power on without using batteries or having to worry about overloading the system. It's marvelous. Truly marvelous. You're welcome, bug guy, whatever. I can't talk. The lights. The power. You did this? Yeah, I boosted the generator downstairs. Reckon you could use some extra juice. Did you? Well, thank you. Thank you very much. The boost in electrical power will help us greatly. We don't have much to offer, but perhaps Eustace could show you some of the more valuable things he has in stock. Please, go see him. He coughs and wipes his drool. You don't seem to like us very much. You? Outsiders. We are welcoming to other affected. We embrace them. It is the unaffected that I dislike. We dislike. For the most part. For the most part. Yes. While we have been slaughtered and banished by our former brethren for being like this, and have avoided, even despised, others, he has shown us respect and desire for cooperation. The ferryman. I've heard of him. Who is he? The ferryman. He sails across the Black Sea on his trusty ferry. He scavenges, searches. He is old, yet it doesn't fit him. He occasionally trades with us the things he has found in the sea. We're in good relations with him, and we have mutual respect for each other. How does he survive out there? The Serpentines leave him alone. He trades with the pirates so they do not bother him, and the creatures that dare attack him, he blasts with his shotgun. We sometimes hear it roar in the distance as it spews pellets into the flesh of the beasts. Where can I find him? Ah, he sails around, never sticking to one place. No, but he does seem to have specific routes he takes. Eustace, he points to the ceiling. He does the trading when the ferryman comes. Maybe he can tell you more. Okay, cool. So, we talk to Eustace. You see a dried up, wiry mutie with noticeably bulging eyes. He is quick to inspect you, but slow to respond and does so with reservations. What do you want? The last word of his question is accented by a scent most resembling that of fermented fish. He continues. Need. Or cough. What do you need? Who are you? Eustace. You? Rondon. Nice to meet you. He nods. Yeah. What do you do around here? Stuff. I do a lot of stuff. He observes you, continuing soon after. Huntin'. He pauses. Making traps, bolts. Another pause. If you're looking for someone to trade with, then you're talking to the right mutie. He almost smiles. I got some hunting gear and leather, if you're interested. What can you tell me about the ferryman? He's an old gentleman, sniff, sailing the sea, and scavenging for stuff. He trades with us for some... He trades with us some of it, yeah. He's kind to us. He nods, his eyes following with a delay. Anything else you can tell me about him? Sure. He hesitates for a second, his eyes darting across the room. Such rapid movement gives them an odd floaty appearance, as though they are two lubricated balls moving freely in their sockets. He's alone. Out there, you know? All by himself, and he's got lots of time to think about, life, the world, existence. Tell me more. Well, I can't grasp a lot of what he says, and he doesn't talk often, but it's often concerned with the decline of everything, really. Civilizations, values, people. Well, he's darn right. It is his ideas about why all those things are like that what's confusing. Open spaces above the ceiling, traveling down, irrelevance of time. It's too much for poor Eustace. Gurgles. What kinds of things does a ferryman bring for trade? To us, meat, mushrooms, hides, materials. But he also finds pretty and odd things. Example? One time he had this rock thingy. One side was rock, the other was crystal. Small thingy. He wouldn't trade it though. I just saw him look at it. He finds other things as well, like ancient jewelry, pretty pieces of statues and art. Do you know the ferryman's sailing route? So-so. He has a fairly regular routine. I guess it's better than nothing. Starting with our place, his next stop is usually the Pirate Bay. Then he sails north again. I think he mentioned the northeastern waters a couple of times. Then he comes back here and again and again. Any points of interest nearby? There are a few places, like the Siphoner Pools, the Hopper Island, Red Line, although that ain't quite so near. Tell me about the Siphoner Pools. Just west of here, in a small cave, the siphoners are spawning like crazy there because it's rich in fish, especially if you venture further in. We rarely go too deep because of the greater siphoners, tough critters. Hopper Island, tell me about it. It's north of here. Not much on the surface, but there's a creeper nest underneath. Pirates of old used to stash loot there before the buggers moved in. The jetters visited, so there's gotta be something still there. We don't go there, all that often anymore. He scratches a wrinkly patch on his head, rarely after the incident. What incident? Well, once the buggers came, we started hunting hoppers, in groups. We always had a spotter to look out for anything coming out of their nest. One time, Five Fingers was a spotter. He had 5 fingers on his hand plus the thumb? No, he had 5 fingers in total. Used to be 6 fingers, but that didn't work out. He almost smiles. Anyways, 5 Fingers fell asleep and got devoured by the buggers. Another mutie, Rags, got snatched too, as there was no spotter to warn him. All we found of him was an undeployed bear trap. It's become too dangerous, so we rarely go there now. And if we do, we bring lots of guns. The Red Line? He points northeast. There, in the distance, there is a shore. Red because of the red reeds growing on it. That's the Red Line. What's behind the Red Line? Muties don't go there. The ferryman does. He told me about, what was it? The fetid marsh. What do you know about the fetid marsh? If memory serves, the ferryman spoke about a foul-smelling mist permeating the area. The marsh has venomous buggers living in it. Sometimes, the water brings their carcasses all the way to here. Ugly buggers. But the honey makes the body feel good, yeah. What about this island? Nothing much here. Interesting. This used to be a warehouse of some kind. Easy to tell. The only interesting thing is that the ground in front of the warehouse has been slowly sinking for years. It'll get completely submerged soon, I reckon. What did you find in the warehouse when you arrived here? Well, I wasn't here with the first settlers. I arrived about 60 years ago, so I didn't get to see the warehouse in its original condition. But from the stories I've heard, there's all sorts of things in here, like various mechanical parts, electronic components, tools, materials. That's only on the top 2 levels. No one ever went deeper. Some of this stuff was in bad condition because of the moisture, corrosion. But what was good was either used in crate in the refuge or was traded. Why no one went there? Why did no one go there? Well, actually they did, and they didn't come back. There you go. There's something down there for sure. If you stand by the crane shaft, you can hear things moving down there. Crane shaft? Yeah, just over there. He points northeast. That room in the corner. Some folks used to sleep near it. He shivers, which causes his eyes to twitch independently in rhythm for a few seconds. And what do you know about the pirate territory? It's the Pirate Bay. Many generations of pirates have been there in the past. Before they built the walls, you could see a huge battleship, but no more. Now it's nothing but walls and jetters patrolling. That's all you can see. Tell me about the native territory. The Serpentines rule everything north of here. Unlike the pirates, they ain't got fast-moving jets to chase you after you. But they got huge ships made of bone and leather, and they got natural predators guarding their waters. The ferryman has been there. No one else, and came back alive. Can you tell me anything about the local wildlife? Serpents rule the sea. Crabs rule the sands. Siphoners rule the pools. Creepers, the dark caves. You have hoppers here? Yeah. He nods, wheezing. They've been brought here a long time ago, because they're easy to keep. But they kept dying in captivity. It's us, I guess, so we let them inhabit the surrounding lands. They haven't spread far, though. Lots of hungry critters around here. Tell me about the crabs. Burrow under the sand, then they burst out to get you. The big buggers do. The small ones can't hurt you. But the big ones, some can even zap you. Bzzz, and you're dead. These serpents, dangerous. They ain't got the taste for us, luckily, so they don't linger around this island. But they love the newcomers on jets. Pirates, too. They're fast and got a real nasty bite. All of them. What can you tell me about the local siphoners? There are lesser ones, and there are greater ones. Pretty much the same things other than size. The greater ones taste a bit better, though. Or so they told me. I can't taste nothing. Creepers. Giant spiders. Web-weaving buggers. Their venom can blind you. There's a nest nearby. They moved in to eat our hoppers. Huge nest, underground. That monolith at the entrance, what do you know about it? It's been there since we came. Ain't got the faintest what it is or does. Heard plenty of stories, but I don't know. However, the Serpentines, they fear it. Scares the crap out of them. How come? They avoid it like leprosy, even cover their eyes as to not look at it. And if the currents bring their boats close, they start frantically rowing back. You can just see it. Frantically, yeah. Alright, what do you got to trade? Hey, thanks for what you did for us. I got some extra items I could sell you. I wasn't planning on. Want to see? Gurgle it? Alright, what do you got? Well, these are definitely better spears than they sell in the regular UnderRail. Greater siphoner leather. I wonder what it does. Not a lot worth grabbing. Alright, I'm gonna try and go down this elevator shaft, because there's all that loot down there. Let's see, you press a button to lower the hook, nothing happens. Try to use the crane. Okay, let's see. Attempt to repair the crane with a mechanical repair kit. I guess we may as well just use an advanced one. You inspect the crane and quickly discover that repairing it is feasible and requires nothing more than the contents of your repair kit. Therefore, your skillful hands take over and bring the dead machine back to life in a matter of minutes. Activate the crane. You press the button to lower the hook. Nothing. You press the button again, this time a little harder, and witness the results of your work. The large gear slowly begins to turn, The consequent grinding sounded like the machine's very first breaths in a long time, while the hook descends into the dark. The gear stops after a while, as there is no more chain left on the spool. The chain seems relatively safe to use, as you don't see any major signs of weakness or corrosion. Alright, let's quick save, because I think if I go down here, they're going to see me. Ventilation shaft leads only up. Okay, so I got it. Alright, so they don't want me to be in there. That's fine. We will, I'm glad they put you in this corner where they can't see you. Yeah, so I don't think... Oops. Alright, gotta wait for this guy to leave, and then we'll... exit. I won't bother exploring down there. If I was stealthy, I would, but I'm not, so I won't. Alright, let's get out of here. We have some feats to go grab. There are some more things I want to explore on Moody Island, though, if I get the chance. I'm going to, let's see, crane, loot, and jump loot. I'll just put agility jump. Again, I'll probably never do the agility jump to get around the outside of the warehouse. But it's nice to be aware of it. Alright, so my quick save. We're gonna head back towards the camp, talk to Ladelman, try and get that. So we can't go east from here. Can we? Oh, we can, okay. Yeah, so we'll explore the next area. Just keep on trekking. And my next priority will be to go back to the UnderRail area. Go towards Camp Hathor and find that other feat giver. Oh, okay. Guys always scare the crap out of me when they go zipping by. I was wondering about that, because when I'm on the jet ski, I only have a like 47% chance to hit those serpents, which I attribute to their dodge, not so much my being on the jet ski. So before I talk to the guys in charge, let's go sell some stuff and talk to Ladelman. They seem to be having another discussion and are unaware of your presence. Listen to the conversation. Tone, you mentioned you had a sister. Yes, Lily, my little sis. There are 6 of us. But by the time I was 13, only Lily and me were still alive. She's barely 3 then, so she don't remember the rest of her siblings. I'm sorry to hear that. I've read that child mortality is high here in the South. You betcha. That's the reason moms here pump out so many kids, unlike yours, which are done after 1 or 2. Then its legs closed and he switches to falsetto voice. Get your filthy hands off of me, Zoner. Wahahaha. Well, North UnderRail has much better living conditions, so it is likely that all our children will reach reproductive age, hence the smaller number of children per family. Here, it's obviously different. But that is why our kids grow up hardcore. Life here ain't free. You gotta earn it. Work for it. Dominate it. Yeah. Survival with a hardcorest. And you get wimps because they get life for free. I beg to differ, but let's not get into that. Do you keep in touch with Lily? Yeah, we see each other from time to time. She's a high-profile rod grinder, so she's a busy girl. Rod grinder? Construction worker? No, she's a stripper, Marcus. No, man, no. She grinds rods. She's a hooker. Oh, never mind. I misinterpreted it as well. She's a hooker. Zone me out and spit on my corpse. Do you not have prostitutes in North UnderRail? Not in Dis, but nonetheless, how could I have known what the words mean, Tone? It's your stupid slang. Hey, I could hook you up with her once we're back in Core City. You look like you could use someone dominating your rod real good. Yeah, baby. I even arranged for a discount. Only for the best of my pals. Darn it, Tone, you're insane. I'm married. Oh, you're gonna forget you're married after you see my little sis and her massive Tone. Listen, you wimp. Lily's ain't no cheapskate. I married you, fool. See this ring? Where I'm from, this means I love my wife. You Northerners and you stupid rings. You're a man. You have a man's needs. And a rod. And Marianne ain't here. It's Maria. There you go. You've already forgotten her name. No. It's you who remembered it wrong. Darn it, I'm not having intercourse with your sister. Bwahahaha. Intercourse. La-di-da. Ain't we polite? At least you didn't say rub our bodies romantically against one another. It's dominated and grinded, man. Say it. He sighs. Can we change the topic? Ah, no. Not while you're feeling this BringItDon, you're here. What do you need? See, I'm going to speak with... Let's go to Marcus and try and sell some stuff. Collect my paycheck. Oh, I haven't turned in the quest yet, so... Wow, 13 advanced health hypos. I probably don't need that many, but I do want the adrenaline shots, because I do like to use those. Hey, I wonder if you'll tell me about this now. Tell me about this anxiety disorder that Southerners seem to suffer the most. I wonder why I won't go into it with me. Can I talk to the surgeon now? No. Okay, let's learn about jet skiing. Any natives in sight, BringItDon? Makes me feel like the Marina Challengers waiting for a match with the beasts. I was told to talk to you if I had any questions about jet skis. Yeah, I've been in love with jet skis since I was a teen. I ride them, I fix them, I know all about them. Is there a way for me to get a better jet ski around here? Yeah, BringItDon, I hear ya. A crappy jet feels like betting your coins on a challenger who uses his actual name. Not that it ever happened to me. Nah. If you want something better, he leans closer so that Marcus couldn't hear him. You could jet out of the Black Sea and visit Ray's shop at the Core City docks, Eastern, where we were at, remember? Dominating selection of jets and parts, and Ray's himself's a hardcore guy. Real hardcore. In and out, no one will know. And where'd you say Ray's shop was? At the Eastern docks in Core City. Dominating selection of jets and parts. Okay, we've already read that. Have you ever worked for Ray? That seems kind of an obvious choice for you. It'd be a dream come true. I mean, who wouldn't want to be working with the most dominating jets in South UnderRail? It's like working at a strip joint where the girls don't talk. Bwahahaha. But, he shrugs. Things just haven't worked out yet. It's like when you were a kid and had a crush on that cute chick. Either some other guy got her, or you got some other girl. The timing was never right, you know? But she was kinda always in the back of your head. The good old days. But after I'm done here, I'll go see Ray yet again. Swear on my sister Lily. I need some help fighting on a jet ski. Yeah, jets are wobbly. Fighting's tough. I may not dominate, but I've had enough experience zoning out freelooters and other kinds of sea zoners to humbly say I'm pretty hardcore. Freelooters. You know, random pirate wannabes who think they're hardcore just because they got themselves something vibrating under their crotch. So can you give me a few tips? I can give you more than a tip. I can teach you some basic naval combat. 50 coins and I got you covered. Well, here you go. Yeah. To Yura and Marcus's surprise, he jumps on the table, his head brushing against the tent's roof upon standing fully upright. Now, BringItDon, rock that table back and forth. Think like a wave. Wave! Whoosh and whoosh and whoosh. Rock the table. He shakes his head. Zoom me out with a rusty pipe. I said wave, not wave. Make me feel like I'm on a jet. Back and forth, back and forth. Why not do this on a real jet? Or in a real jet? My lesson, my teaching methods. Be a wave. Yeah, now pay attention. End dialogue. I like how the option was be a wave. You step down from the table, and Ladelman stops rocking it. There you go, BringItDon. Now you're ready to do all of that on a real jet. Was I a good serpent? Got your leg. You gonna die. Wahaha. Uncanny. Yeah. I need some parts for my jet ski. Do you happen to sell any? I can only sell you energy cells. Everything else is strictly regulated. Everything else is strictly regulated. And the only paperwork I can stand is the Pipeworks paperwork, if you know what I mean. Wahaha. Anyway, see Ray. Have anything you need. In and out. So no one will know. Okay, cool. So let's head back to... Let's see what naval combat does first. Increases effective stability by 15% and maneuverability by 10% when piloting jet skis. Reduces the action point cost of disembarking by 10. Also increases precision of mounted jet ski weapons for those unproficient with guns. This feat was required outside leveling. So I'm guessing my attacks should go up by 15%, so 47. But 62? I'm not sure what the maneuverability by 10% means. Maybe increases your dodge by 10%? But I don't use that. I don't know. So I have no idea how far of a drive it is to Camp Hathor. Let's try and get that other feat, but we'll start heading that direction. I guess we exit through the jaws, so south, east, south. Hey, watch out, buddy. I'm on a mission in my very slow jet ski. And we can stop by Core City and see about buying a new jet ski. Really, I'm only concerned about speed. I know durability is probably going to come into play later. Are these mines? It's like mines. Alright. Gosh darn it, this little square is gonna bother me. There we go. Oh, I can disembark over there. I didn't see that stuff under the water. Okay, that was annoying. BringItDon, this is Briggs. What's your status? Over. I have located something that might contain a functional microchip. Over. Excellent. Bring it over to the camp immediately. We'll be waiting for you outside of the keep. Out. Understood. Out. Fire's burnt out. Alright, so I forgot to turn that into them. Maybe that's what I'll do here, and then next episode we'll head towards Camp Hathor. Get that other feat. Forgot that I had a quest. Way too sidetracked. Alright. Yeah, we'll take care of this the next episode. And that'll give us some more money because I can get my payment from Marcus. So when it comes to buying a jet ski, well, I'll have options. I wonder if I can sell the jet ski that I have too. I don't see why you would want to own more than one jet ski. Where are they at? Are they in Seeger's place? Oh, no. Okay, they're over here. The three familiar, yet vastly different faces await your approach. Professor Oldfield greets you with a jubilant grin, Chief Briggs with a nod and his usual countenance, whereas Seeger simply registers your presence before his eyes return to their anxious wandering around. Rondon, do you have it? Do you have the microchip implant? Show them the severed arm. The image contaminates the professor's smile a bit. Seeger seems outright disgusted. Chief Briggs displays no emotion. Oh my, excellent work. Well done. Well done. Seeger, how are we supposed to use these again? Do we just use it with the panel, or is there something else to it? I think, Professor, that one is just supposed to approach the panel, and it'll open. He makes his hands into two gates and moves them apart. But I'm not exactly sure. That's what I got from the recovered data. Are you alright, Seeger? Oh yes, Professor Oldfield. Yes. You mentioned you wanted to scan the microchip. Yes. Seeger approaches you tentatively, revulsion mounting in his expression, and produces a small square device with a hand-sized display attached to a straight plastic handle. It does not appear to have anything but a single button on its right side. Seeger presses it, points the device at the disembodied arm, and stares at the screen, swiping and tapping it constantly. The bright light reflecting off his face gives him the appearance of a proper pale corpse. You wonder whether it's actually the light that is responsible, or his detestation for the piece of actual corpse you're holding. I'm getting something. A signal. Pulsing. Yes, it's repeating every few seconds. Rondon, how about you try opening the gate with that? I'll be next to you with the device and try to see if I can catch any changes in the signal. Sec troopers, get in position. You two, be on your guard. Alright, here we go. It displays nothing. Use Phil's severed arm. Thanks, Phil. Sec troopers, move in. At last. It's rather unimpressive. Cool. I'm gonna say cool. What we're really looking for has to be down. He inspects the elevator. It appears to be locked as well. Mind if I try this time? Go ahead. Okay, let's give it a shot. Looks like he's wearing track pants. It works. I captured the signal you used to unlock the gate. It works. Sorry, I captured the signal. Well done, Seeger. We'll take it from here. Alright, team. Floor by floor, radio in once everything is clear. Stay sharp. "15 to 20 minutes have passed before the team reports that the area has been secured and that the air is safe to breathe. The four of you step into the elevator and descend to the floor below. The elevator doors open, and the room greets you with air that is thick and reeking of decay. This odor reminds you of the room you found Phil's body in, only here it is much stronger. Oh, the Seeger puts on his gas mask, not only to make it easier on his nostrils, but also to narrow and partially obscure the dreadful image before him. It seems. The professor plugs his nose, and even the chief seems to show some reaction to the malodorousness. Area is clear, sir. No signs of life. We haven't noticed any latent security systems either. These men, they were NFT soldiers. Appears so, sir. From the evidence we found so far, the majority of the soldiers killed each other. Those who remained standing committed suicide. Seeger reluctantly approaches one of the dead soldiers with his device. Two hollow eye sockets gaze at him from the ground, for he is probably the first man to approach him in centuries. He outstretches his arm and scans a rotten hand on the ground while trying to keep the rest of his body as far back as possible. From this angle, you're able to see what is on the device's screen, and the screen displays one flat line. This one's dead. I mean, the implant. No signal. They killed each other? My goodness. The barricades and positioning indicate they were in a defensive position, most likely lying in wait for Biocore forces to come out of the elevator. Now, all the bodies we've inspected have unnatural, distorted bone structure. Mutagen. That would also explain the friendly fire in the suicides. Seeger flinches and looks at the sec troopers, then the chief. The air is free from harmful particles. We performed all necessary scans. I'd advise against touching the bodies before Doc Savage inspects them, though. Are there any other exits from the area? Yes, sir. There's a gate leading east. The sign says it leads to shelters and evacuation tunnels. Take us to it. Alright, I thought it was going to be a one and done thing. I should have waited to activate the door for the next episode. So this is it. Amazing. Professor, for security reasons, I'll have to confine you to this area for now. There seems to be enough material here for your staff to work with. We'll keep this gate sealed until Recovery Team Alpha returns, and I have more spare men to send to investigate these evacuation tunnels. We need to keep our defenses tight, in case the natives launch another attack. No signal here either. What gives? Interject Seeger, or would if anyone paid any attention to him. I will leave several ARC-Sec troopers to guard you at all times. I understand, Chief. I understand. Whatever you say must be done. He smiles again as his eyes are peering into the rooms around him. But finally we are inside. I can't believe it. All this effort might actually pay off. Nope, nothing here either. Exit. Scratches his head. I volunteer to search those evacuation tunnels. Noted, but the time is not right yet. He looks at the professor, then back at you. Even though by now you don't expect to read anything in his face, there's a hint there that he's pleased with what you've done. Or it might just be the lighting. Speak to Marcus about your paycheck. We will leave the professor and his staff to their work. I'll grant you some rest if you're feeling tired. You've earned it after all. If you're up for more work, however, there are a few things that need to be done around the camp to solidify our defenses. Yeah, rest is for the wimps. Give me work. Okay, this one shot himself 3 times in the head. He couldn't kill himself with his first 2 bullets. He turns off his device and faces you. You were right. Without his device's illumination, he is as pale as a corpse. I'll be in my tent if I am needed. Alright, next episode we'll check out this area. And then we'll head up top, and then we're going to head towards Camp Hathor to get that other feat. I think it's called Jousting. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next episode.